Welcome back to another Film Geek movie review. In just a moment, I am headed out the door to check out the new movie, Warfare. Warfare is written and directed by Alex Garland and Ray Mendoza, and it tells the story of the Navy SEALs during the Battle of Ramadi in Iraq. This movie is told from the perspective of the soldiers who were actually there. This is a true story. It looks really interesting. Some of you may also remember last year Alex Garland released the movie Civil War, and I really enjoyed that movie. And one of the things that I really liked about it was how he filmed the war action in that movie. So I'm intrigued to see what I'm in store for on this one, because I'm going to do an early showing on the IMAX. So I will also take that into consideration in my review. Is this an IMAX worthy film? Alright guys, well it's enough of me sitting here jibber jabbering on. It is time for me to get out the door because I need to go see Warfare. Welcome back. Just getting home, and guys, this freaking movie is insanely intense. Now, before we get started on everything, I just want to say something really quick. I have nothing but respect for the men and women of our armed forces. When I see films like this, it just makes me respect the work that they do so much more, because to be perfectly honest, they do something that there's absolutely no way I could possibly do. So a big cheers to all of you out there that are protecting us and keeping us safe. Thank you very much for serving your country. This is to you. Alright, now let's get into this, shall we? Now, normally I have negatives and positives, but this time around I really don't have any negatives, but I do have some warnings. If you are someone who does get very seasick from jarring shaky cam, this is going to have some problems for you. Now, it works, don't get me wrong. This is not just shaky cam for intensity's sake. It needs to be there. It's in your face. It's in the moment. It's used as a tool to disorientate you and just basically put you in a very uneasy way. And it does an excellent job of doing that. But I do know that some people out there get very seasick when it comes to the shaky cam. So just to be aware going into this, I did see this on the IMAX. And so, yes, there are some moments where it gets very intense with the visuals and that shaky cam, and it could possibly make you just a little bit on the seasick side. Also, too, it might not be a bad idea if you're somebody with very sensitive ears to bring some earplugs with you, because there are moments in the sound design, and I'm not just talking about explosions and bullets, but there is some very intense moments with the sound design where levels get very, very loud, and it can be very jarring. So if you're someone who has some difficulty with very loud sounds, there could be some parts in this film, too, that'll make you extremely uncomfortable. Again, this is something that the film does to actually make you uncomfortable, but I do know that there are some people out there a bit more sensitive than the rest of us. So also, one more thing too, this movie uses very grounded in reality, realistic gore. This movie does have some very bloody, intense moments. The makeup design is absolutely on point, and everything looks just that real that it could make you a little bit squeamish in some of these scenes. So there's just some things to make you guys aware of. So let's get into the positives, the things that I did like. Let's talk about that cinematography a little bit. Yes, shaky cam is utilized in this film, but it is also there for a reason. It actually does help with the intensity of the scenes. There's also great close-up shots that work to make everything feel so much more intense and so much more claustrophobic. Again, designed to make you, the viewer, feel very uncomfortable and uneasy while these things are playing out on the screen. There's some really great camera work in here also that it makes this movie feel more like a documentary and less like an actual Hollywood film. Everything in this movie is very realistic and very grounded, and it is very, very jarring when it comes to the visuals because it's just that accurate. The sound design, as I said, is on point. There are some absolutely amazing moments with the sound design. Things that are used to, again, make you uncomfortable. Lots of loud, intense sounds that will make you squeamish in your seat. Again, I'm not just talking about the typical explosions and all. The film uses all sorts of different ways to make you feel the intensity that the soldiers are going through also. By the camera work, by the sound design, all of that really comes together. The acting in this film is outstanding. There isn't really any outstanding performances. All of these actors do an extremely good jobs, to the point where you would honestly think, again, this was a documentary, this was real life, there is no acting in this film. That's how intense and well delivered everything in this film was. This movie was meticulously put together. It is so well filmed and so well made, and technically, on a technical level, an absolutely amazing achievement. Now, this movie, its story is that of a survival. This is just watching what happened during those moments to this particular platoon. There isn't a whole lot of any kind of story to it. This is just the events as they happened being told by the soldiers. And man, everything in this film just makes you uncomfortable. This film is just made in a way to make you feel the intensities of war. Not just the name of this movie, Warfare, it really makes you feel like you are part of this. So in all, guys, this film is absolutely intense and an extremely good movie to go see in theaters. Now, the IMAX, I would say the thing that it really helped me out with the most was, yes, there aren't any big, huge, open, wide shots. Everything is kept very intimate and close to really drive into that claustrophobic feeling in this film, because they're stuck inside this like apartment building. So not really any kind of really big cinematography, except for, you know, again, handheld cams and just some really good shots that follow the soldiers around, that it just makes you feel like you're standing in line with them with your hand on the shoulder and the guy in front of you. So yes, this is a very intense, get out there, experience this film in theaters. If the cinematography sounds like something that might jar you a little bit, maybe not see this one on the IMAX. Me personally, I am very happy I saw this in IMAX for all of that sound design, and it really does look amazing up there on that big screen. So yes, this is a solid get out there, watch this movie, support this film in theaters, because man, you just don't see movies like this very often. So that's all I have for you today, guys. Thanks again for checking out the Film Geek. If you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and give me the old thumbs up so I know you like what you're seeing. And if there's one more thing you can do, folks, that is keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.